Hello, this is the TradeSite U.S. Stocks and Futures Market Preview for Tuesday, the 15th of January, 2019. We are in options expiration week. We had a slow start to the week. Some of the lightest volume we've seen in a while. We'll talk about that. It seems to be due to the storm that's enveloping a big piece of the country, including back east. And so here's the ES front month futures contract. This is the daily chart of the broad market and futures forum. We talked about over the weekend how, if you go back to May, you've got an inverted cup and handle on this thing along the 2600 level. And you hit it in May and you hit it in October, and then you kind of bounced a bit and you finally broke it. And now we're struggling against that 2600 level. If we fail here, this is significant. I mean, this is a perfect textbook example of a great chart pattern. Support turns into resistance or vice versa, and we go from there. So far, we can't get through. So we'll see what we get. Let's go through the daily charts of the major indices. Crude oil, 50.75, that's up 24 cents off the lows of 44 is what it is. Gold down 20 cents. Doesn't really put it anywhere new. It's been there for a couple weeks. S&P cash loses 13.65. NASDAQ 100 loses 60.36. SOX loses 18.76. Biotechs lose 60. Russell 2000, which is the small cap index, down 14 points. The VIX gains 88 since 1972, the first gain there in a while. The trend closes at 0.79. That puts the 10-day moving average at 1.02. NASDAQ volume, lightest volume, except for Christmas Eve, since the start of December, essentially. And even then, you get rid of that Thanksgiving week half-day stuff. It's basically the lightest volume, minus the two holidays, Christmas, the day before Christmas Eve, or Christmas Eve itself, and then the day after Thanksgiving. This is the second lightest volume day since September 1st. So, again, I think a lot of it was the storm. NASDAQ volume 1190 negative, or 1196 negative, so more stocks down than up. Advanced decline ratio on the NASDAQ, on the New York, negative 736. Google loses 12.96, doesn't really do anything there. Apple down 229, very near the lows. Netflix down 465, but this is mid-range for the last year. Amazon down 23 points. Kind of looks like a blip. It's still off the lows. Tesla down 12.86. That's mid-range. Facebook up $1.59. Goldman Sachs made some money there today, up $1.79. TLT, the 20-year bond ETF, loses 45 cents, and the Dow Jones Industrial Average loses just 86 cents. So again, this is a very key area on the S&P 2600 area, and we'll see how we do from there. Here's we'll just switch to 5-minute charts of the ES. You can see we gapped down, surged up early, and then other than the first 15 minutes, the rest of the day's in a 10-point range. It's pretty much dead, and that's the sign of the lack of volume and the fact that we've got this storm out there. We never filled the gap, never really did anything significant from a technical perspective. NASDAQ side, a little weaker, never really got into Friday's range. All right, so not much to look at on the charts, not much else to discuss in terms of news. We've got the PPI and Empire State Manufacturing Index an hour before the bell on Tuesday. IBD tip economic optimism number 30 minutes in. I got a Fed member speaking at 1. And then we still have options expiration later this week, so potentially the unravel on Wednesday. We will see what we get. Charts as usual brought to you by eSignal. If you've not yet taken a trial of our services, feel free to do so. We will help you out for a couple weeks. Let's hope we get through the storm and have a great trading Tuesday.